Hey, here's another really great appetizer recipe from my Pop It in the Toaster Oven cookbook that you can get anywhere. Buy it at your favorite bookstore or Amazon or any place online. On page 143, and I have it marked, do. So that's what we're going to do today. Baked clam appetizers. This is really easy. It's again another kind of recipe, as so many are in the cookbook, where all the ingredients are put in a bowl, mixed up, and then popped into the toaster oven. So here's the ingredients, and I think every time I make this I change something because it's so inspiring. I just think, oh yeah, today I'm going to be adding some wine to this and some Parmesan that's not in the recipe in the cookbook, but I think you'll find that if you make this, you'll be inspired the same way. So the first thing is, here's a 6-ounce can of minced clams. And you can, if you got fresh clams around, that's okay too. Once you drain it, you don't end up with a whole lot of clams, but we're going to augment this anyway. And we're just making a few appetizers today. We're going to put these things in clam shells and little containers. So that is what came out of a well-drained 6-ounce can of minced clams. Here's a cup of multi-grain breadcrumbs. You know what? I make my own breadcrumbs. I think they taste good, and I like them better. So that's 1 cup, and then we're going to add a tablespoon of, now in the recipe it's minced onion. Hey, I have this like really nice mixture of sort of peppers and onions, and I'm just going to put maybe a little over a tablespoon of that in. I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I like the cold pressed. Here's 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Gives us this, I love that flavor. I'm just going to sprinkle in some Parmesan. This is like just a regular Parmesan Romano. I guess what would that be? Maybe a tablespoon? And some twists of freshly ground pepper. And then I'm going to mix this around. I'm looking for a certain consistency, and I think that's where the wine is going to come in today. It's pretty moist, but I want it to stick together a little bit more. So I'm going to add a little wine. Let's see. Let's try 2 tablespoons of white wine. Sort of like a Pinot Grigio. Now I had some clam shells here. The recipe calls for 12 of about this size clam shells, whatever will fit into a pan like this. But I thought also what I would do is add an alternative, and these are just foil. What you do is you cut a square of aluminum foil and you press it into like a lid, off like a spice jar or anything. Just press it in there and fold the edges back, and that makes a really nice little container for an appetizer as well. So now I can start filling these. So the way I'm filling these is just filling them with the mixture, getting as much in as I can, and just pressing that down like that. And then the same thing is going to happen with the little tin cups here. Just loading them up like this. And this makes, if you're having guests over and you don't want anything too heavy, maybe you're going to have a meal later or going to go out, then this is just kind of takes the edge off, but not being really heavy like sometimes things like cheese are. So I preheated my oven to 450, and they'll go in a minute. I have enough of this mixture left over to do another round of these. So, if I'm having more guests, Then I will do another round of these. If I have just a few guests, and that's what's going to be happening here, is I will save this mixture. This can go into the freezer and just be handy and ready for this kind of appetizer in the future. So these are going to go into the toaster oven for 10 minutes now. When I made this recipe, I had a different toaster oven, and it was older. And I'm thinking this is a newer toaster oven, so I'm just going to keep my eye on these. I think 10 minutes will be fine. I want them to look brown, but the breadcrumbs are so dark that I'm going to have to really eyeball them to make sure they're done. So I'm setting the timer for 8 minutes. They're done. It was another 2 minutes. It was 10 minutes. And they're done. And they're cooked and beautifully browned and ready for being an appetizer. I like to serve these with lemon wedges. I just think that it's the high flavor of this with the Worcestershire sauce and everything in it, and then tempered by lemon, is really lovely. And it's very complimentary to a lot of things that you may be drinking, like wine or some kind of punch. So I find that that's a really nice companion for drinks. So if you've got a toaster oven, this is a really good book. Pop it in the toaster oven. Over 250 recipes that I've designed and created and proportioned just for the toaster oven. And if you don't have a toaster oven, maybe you should consider getting a toaster oven. It's a wonderful appliance. Just like a regular oven, but doesn't use all that energy and doesn't heat up your kitchen. Very, very convenient just to pop things in and out of it. So I would consider that, and also check out my website, freeonlineartclasses.com. Free, and it really is truly free. You don't have to send me your email, check in with me, log in for any reason. The lessons are there for you to take. Many, many lessons. Painting, drawing, collage, printmaking, and a lot of other resources like Artful Living, The Artist Within, Artful Gardening, Artful Cooking, yes! So check it out, freeonlineartclasses.com, and try my recipes.